Hello, welcome to PUTINWORKTV. We've enjoyed watching your journey as an artist slash creator in the New England scene. Our focus here is allowing our guests to tell their story front and center without judgment or opinion. My first question for you is, how did it begin and what's your name? What do you do?
My name is Amandala. My real name is Tariq Charles. My stage name is Amandala when I rap. It started about, honestly, like, first it was poetry. I got into poetry like 7th or 8th grade, and I really liked poetry. And that, like, my teacher allowed me to make a song one day for a project, and then that just changed everything. Like, I was like, damn. But, like, I wasn't taking it seriously yet. I started taking it really seriously, I'd say around 3 years ago, but I've been making music for 7. But it started like, I'm trying to do something with it. Like, I realized I really wanted to do something with it about 3 years ago in high school, you know.
How old were you?
How old was I? I'm 20 now, so 17, pretty young. But I was rapping since 16, 15. Like, I met my man's, his name is Chief Bacon. His name is Chief Bacon, and, like, that's my man's. He actually had, like, a little mic set up, Pro Tools set up in his basement, and, like, that's my, like, on some Dungeon family shit. Like, we was really, like, in the basement just making songs all day, every weekend, every chance we could get, every vacation. We was at his crib or my crib chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just like the group of people that, like, we built like a camaraderie in the basement and shit like that. That's one rack. That's the rap group that I'm in. I'm in 2 shits. I got a record label that I'm a part of called Soul Recipe Records with this man's name Swizzy Jackson, Abbott Jackson, and Nico and Darwin. That's Soul Recipe. But then, like, my rap group, the niggas that I grew up with, started making music with from the mud, that's called One Rack. And that's Chief Bacon, Ace Tanner, 101 Soldier, Rocco No, and me, Red Amandala. Like, that's us.
So, where did you grow up and what was it like growing up where you're from?
Man, I grew up in Dorchester, but I lived on everywhere in Dorchester. I lived on, like, the border of Dorchester when I was born. I grew up damn near Roxbury, Seaver Street, like in the middle between Roxbury and Dorchester, like dead in the middle. I was born in Seaver Street, Nason Court. Then I moved to like, the nice side of Ashmont. Like, I live at Ashmont now, but like I moved to the right side, the nicer side of Ashmont. In my formative years, from like maybe like 5 to like 10, and then after that I moved back into the hood. So I've been a hood baby pretty much all the way after that. But like my formative years, I actually grew up around a lot of white people. So it's actually kind of funny. But
So how did that shape you? Like, did it make you adapt to be a certain type of person to survive in whatever circumstances you were in?
well, I realized if I had grew up in the hood, in my like from 5 to 10, 5 to 12 maybe actually, like I probably would have been a completely different person. But like, I got to see both sides of everything. Like I got to see how like other cultures operate. Like the biggest disconnect that we have as black people is from white people. So like, you know what I'm saying? That's just the biggest disconnect that we have as people. So I got to see how white people operate, you know, live in those neighborhoods, have conversations with people, build connections with people. I experienced racism a couple times living in the neighborhood.
Describe an experience.
I was with my man's Jackson. That used to be my man's, a different Jackson. I was with my man's and he was like, yo, let's go play at this other kid's house. He was at his house, going up the street, play at somebody else's house. And we got to the door and the kid was like, we don't play with tar babies and niggers. So we was like,
Just like that, he said
like
it to you.
that.
He
Just
he
like
said he says
kid,
what? He
a
says
kid.
he says what to you?
we don't play with tar babies or niggas. Tar baby was funny now, but like, like you call me a tar baby, that's creative. But like, yeah, he said, we don't play with tar babies and niggas, just like that. Ignorance, just born with it. You know what I'm saying? Not born with it, taught to him, but like that's. And you know, my man's Jackson, his dad went up there and caused the scene. Caused the scene. He's white, but he don't play that at all. And you know what I'm saying? It's funny because his family is like mainly Republican, but like his little section, like his dad and his stepmom, they weren't like that at all. So they wasn't playing with that. My mom wasn't playing with that. We didn't talk to that kid ever again. I don't even remember the kid's name. All I know was that experience. I was like, I'm Gucci. It made me kind of think more. But like, then I moved to the hood. I was like, damn, we living completely different over here. And that was like a culture shock to me. Like on some real, like, that was just culture shock. Like hearing gunshots. Like I remember my first couple times hearing gunshots. I mean, Seaver Street Nays in court, I was hearing gunshots, but I'm too little to really remember those experiences. Like my grandmama got stories of me running, of her picking me up and running with me because people started shooting at us, like stuff like that. But like I was too young to remember those experiences. But once I moved to like the hood, bro, like completely culture shock. Like, damn, why we living like this? And it kind of hurt me in a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? Just seeing the juxtaposition between those two ways of life, like living on the nice side of Ashmont and I'm on the other side of Ashmont. I'm just seeing like the lifestyle is completely different. The conversations people having are completely different. Like people's situations are different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's actually kind of crazy, and it's just a mile away. Like, like it's like a mile. Like Ashmont goes this way, and this the good side is like this way, and then the nice side is that way. I mean, the bad side is the other way. So it's just crazy. Like I lived on both sides. It was culture shock. Like really, don't even know how else to describe it.
So, how does music play into the equation where you got to see the juxtaposition, as you said, of two different lives, one of experiencing life for what it is and one of surviving and battling life?
Yeah, survival.
So, how does music come into the equation to alter your life, to shape who Red Amandala is today?
Well, honestly, it comes up a lot in my lyrics. Like, a lot of my lyrics is focused on just breaking down the black experience. Like, and I guess like sometimes the hood comes out in the music. You know what I'm saying? I might say something kind of slick. You know, my man say you be talking spicy on records sometimes. I'm not a spicy dude at all. I'm very flavorless. You know what I'm saying? But like you know, sometimes you throw in a little spice in there just to catch people's attention. So that's how the hood side of me come out. But like because I lived on both sides, it always caused like a natural introspection to
Introspection.
Yeah, like it just caused that naturally, just seeing both sides of the way like black people live and white people live in the country, even though we only a mile apart. Like it just caused me to be way more introspective. You know what I'm saying? To just really look at like the black experience for what it is and why we live in a different type of life. Why we live a different type of life than people that are like so close to us live. Like gentrification is crazy. And that just comes up in the music, like, you know what I'm saying?
So when somebody's looking into Red's music, what is his discography?
My discography? Honestly, I had this one tape called Dust Clouds. I deleted it. That was like my first tape I ever dropped. It was 10 songs. It was a mixture between like newer sounding stuff and older sounding sample-based stuff. It was a lot more newer stuff because I just wanted to be like everybody else. Like, I wanted to make music that everybody could listen to. But then recently, since I came in contact with some like different type of people that like actually respect the type of hip hop that I listen to, like my mom's West Indian. She wasn't letting me listen to Lil Wayne. Like if I'm listening to hip hop, I'm listening to a Tribe Called Quest. I'm listening to Mobb Deep. I'm listening to Pop, Biggie, L. Like I'm listening to them. If I'm listening to hip hop, that's the music I'm gonna play around my mom. So like that's sort of hip hop. Like now newer artists that I really love are like Rock Marciano, Earl Sweatshirt. Like Earl Sweatshirt is probably like my favorite rapper. Like, and that comes out in my music too. Like I was in a blog one time, somebody did a write about my music and they compared me to Mac Miller, Earl Sweatshirt. And like I like the comparison, but I'm still a little bit less, I'm not as deep as him. Like I'm a little bit more raw with my message. I'm a little bit more straightforward than him. So like what you hear in my discography is you hear like, the black experience, but you also hear like just real like everyday life. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell you more to tell you less. I'm getting checks for inner rest, resting when I'm planning steps to make sure that my pocket's blessed. I heard they popping on the street, sleep never when I'm getting bread up, beat heads when I'm getting fed up. I touch down so many yards, it's a drastic measure. You feel me? Shit like that.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's some lyricism, boy.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I'll be on now.
I think what you had mentioned earlier about your mother, having to play music around her that was worthy of respect to her.
Yeah.
What you didn't realize then was that it was cultivating your eye for real, pure music.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why somebody can look at The Blueprint, right, and see that's a classic album is because the blueprint is something that's going to last forever, right? So that means the quality of the music has decreased over the years because nowadays people don't make albums that last.
Yeah.
Tribe Called Tribe Called Quest used to talk about social problems, political problems,
or even just
relationship,
random shit.
regular.
Like I left my wallet in El Segundo. Like just a story. Like we don't tell like funny stories like that. Like we don't get a lot of that in modern hip hop. But that's what I try to bring back a little bit, piece by piece type shit.
So, what do you try to give your audience with your music? I know you mentioned some of it is just, giving them real music, and showing them the different sides of life that they might have not known or they do know very well. But what do you target specifically? Do you want them to feel a certain way? Do you want them to learn something? Do you want them to pay attention to what words?
I just make music, and then like I know like my music isn't gonna be music that's mad popular.
Who says?
I just know like I don't like I was telling my man this yesterday. I'm like, bro, honestly, I don't need to be Drake. I don't need to be Drake to be happy. I just need to feed my family, get a nice little crib, a house somewhere in the suburbs, and I'm straight. I don't need to be Drake. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to make it out the hood. And that sounds like it sucks because every rapper say that. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning stage, every rapper say that, but like it is what it is. Like, I just want to get out the hood off of music. I don't need to be living a crazy mansion and nothing like that. But like, back to the question, like, when I make music for, like, I make my music, I think about it. I think, like, did I think about what I said? Like, was the substance there? I try to give people a lot of substance to answer the question. A lot of substance, like food for thought, like stuff to make you think, or stuff to make you want to play the song back or something like that. You feel me? Like, that's what I try to give. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I know making quote-unquote intelligent, conscious music isn't the popular music right now. I mean, not saying it can't be done because the two out of the three biggest rappers in the game is J. Cole and Kendrick, but you know what I'm saying? There's a lane, but like, you know what I'm saying? I just try to give them substance, you know what I'm saying? I try to make music for like that sort of audience.
So, what is your process of creating and what did you learn from it? Every single person has a way they get into the zone. So what does it take for Red to get in the zone, and what did he learn about himself after learning that you create the best this way?
Honestly, I just need a little bit of weed, maybe some liquor. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. She knows what's up. I just need a little bit of weed and a beer, maybe. I'm just cool.
Beer?
Beer.
Oh, man. What you
Disgusting.
drink? What you drink?
I drink all beers.
Oh, man.
I drink, you know what I'm saying? Like the Corona.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, I've been at the studio with my man Jackson and Swizzy. We be messing up the Modelos and the Coronas and the skinny can. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we be getting right off of beer because, you know, hard liquor be making you make some bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I do a little hard liquor here and there, but like mostly I just be on beer now. Like, you know, so I can control myself. You feel me? But like, honestly, it's different. Like, sometimes I don't need weed to write a song. Sometimes I like to smoke then write. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the day. But like, there be times when it's like, I just wake up and I just have something on my mind. I just gotta reach for my phone and get it down in my notes as quickly as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Does that happen often? Like you just wake up with a head full of thoughts?
yeah, like I be telling my mans, I'm like, yo, just send me as many beats as you can, just in case I wake up one day and I spaz. Cause that's really how it happens. Like, for one, every song you make isn't gonna be a good song. So like, I had to get past that. Like, I had to throw out a lot of songs, rewrite a lot of songs and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, some days I just got it. Like, some days I feel like I'm the best rapper in the world. But, you know, some other days you might catch me and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even make music right now. You know what I'm saying?
Not even let him know.
I don't even make, like, we be having a whole conversation like, Tree, you make music? And I just been in the studio, made a bad couple songs, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do that. No, I'm playing. But, like, yeah, man, I love it, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember writing, like, my first real poem that I wanted to perform in front of the whole school. I went to John D. O'Brien right down the street. Like, I performed poems for the whole school like 2-3 years in a row. And I remember like sitting down writing that first poem in my living room, just walking around the living room and just writing it, pacing back and forth. And I was like, damn, I got a future in this. Like, that was like, I didn't have weed. Like, I wasn't smoking weed back then. It was just like sitting down, came home from school, probably learned about the plight of black people. You know what I'm saying? That's just on my mind. My people never complacent, only impatient. The Jim Crow's new manifestations who told our rising sons we were slaves searching for salvation. We kept praying and you kept praying on our innocence which was taken. I wonder how we beat these limitations, defeated racist creations that kept our mind in enslavement. Thanks to the ones that laid the groundwork like under the pavement, resting under graves for refusing society's prior placements and being put in Uncle Sam's basement. Like shit like that. Like, I go to school, take in all of that shit. They be like, yeah, and then King Leopold used to cut their hands off. They didn't pick enough rubber up. I'm like, damn, bro, how you just gonna teach me this? This is gonna mentally scar me. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make me look at the world completely different. I gotta get that energy out some way. So that's just how it manifests itself.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. What you just spit right there, that was poetic. And what do you wish you would have known before you started? And people know that Red's an artist, he's an entrepreneur, and he's a poet. All three things in the repertoire. But what do you wish you would have known before you started? How long it would take to write a poem, how it has to come from your heart. You got to be consistent. Sometimes even if you don't feel like making music, you got to push through it. Yeah. What are three things, if you could name them off the top of your head, what are three things Red Amandala should have knew before you started doing this shit? Seriously.
It's not going to happen overnight.
1.
Take your time.
2. The most important one to you?
The most important one to me? Develop an appreciation for the present moment. I wish I had that. Because I used to struggle with depression and shit a lot. I used to be in and out mental hospitals and shit. I used to really struggle with that shit. So, like, if I realized back then, like, just had a love for the fact that I can make music, that I'm blessed enough to make music, if I understood that back then, I probably would have been way further with my music. I would have been making way more songs. I would have been way more productive if I really realized, like, damn, I'm blessed that I can make music. Just be happy that I'm in the studio. Be happy that I'm with my mans and we record. Even if the song come out shitty, like, just be happy that I did it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I wish I knew that back then. Because I got that now, but, like, I didn't have that back then. It was just, like I said, it was till 3 years ago I really started taking it seriously. But before that, 15, 16, I was just fucking around, like, not taking it seriously. And then even 3 years ago, I was still, like, dealing with my own shit, not like, fully dedicating myself. And I also thought, like, my man, he had a song blow up. He deleted the song because it's trash. I mean, we all know it's trash, but, like, he had a song called 10 Bands. And we was in school one day, and I get a text like, yo, 10 Bands just got like 300,000 plays. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, it kind of fucked me up, though, because I'm like, damn, all I got to make is one song when I'm not focused on making full bodies of work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wish I had taken my time more in the studio back then and, like, really thought about the shit that I was saying, not just trying to make a song as quick as I can. Because it was all about just pumping out songs because you don't know which song was going to be the best song. Which is why I had to delete a lot of my old music.
You fell into that trap.
Yeah, like, I fell into the trap. Like, I just got to make one song like Jason. So I wasn't making music that was genuine to me. You feel me? Like, I wasn't making the bars that I just spit just now. I wasn't making shit like that. So I was just making some shit that wasn't genuine and wasn't, like, real to me. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the three things. Like, and I wish if you listening, bro, and you're able to make music, even if you don't blow up, you don't get nothing, bro, you were still able to make music. There's kids starving. There's niggas that are dead in the ground. Don't got none of the opportunities you got. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be way more thankful. That's the biggest thing. I'd be way more thankful.
Most definitely, bro. That's respect. What motivates you the most?
Honestly, the people I'm around. Same dude that had a song that blew got 300K, deleted the song. Here's how he showed me he wasn't a fluke. One soldier, he showed me he wasn't a fluke. Dropped another song like maybe earlier this year. Once again, I'm chilling at home, playing 2K, get a call on my phone. Yo, the song just hit 200,000. It's like 300,000 now. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So I go on the page and I see another one of his songs hit 100K. And another song like 15K, 14K, close to 100K now. But, like, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, this time it was different because I know myself and I'm not going to fall into the same trap again. This time it was different. It was like, damn, this shit could really happen. It just gave me more hope. But not hope like I'm going to make a song like him and try to blow up.
Just inspire you.
It just inspired me. That shit motivated me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It inspired me. But in a different way this time. It was like, he has a lane. He's not trying to be nobody else, and he's making a way in his lane. Like, that shit motivates me. The people I be around motivate me. Ace Taylor motivate me. Rocco motivates me. Chief Bacon motivates me. King Bacon, that's Chief Bacon's older brother. You know, he showed me the ropes. He showed me how to rap and shit like that. Like, he inspires me. Swizzy inspires me every time he spits a verse. Like, it be pissing me off because he be bodying me on the songs, and I don't like that. Like, you gotta chill, my nigga. Like, we trying to shine both collectively. You know what I'm saying? He bodying me, but like, besides that, like, Jackson inspired me, Nico inspired me, Darwin inspires me, like, Nori, our cameraman, he inspires me. Like, they all inspire me and motivate me to like be greater. I inspire myself sometimes because I write a verse and I'll be like, where the fuck did that come from? Mm-hmm. like, where did that come from? What the fuck was that? Like, I can't believe I just said that shit. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Those be the best verses when they come out and you didn't ask for them to come out.
Because the last song I dropped, I spit the verse. I didn't even listen to the song. I'm like, let's just go on to the next song. And then he went back and he mixed it and he sent it to me. I'm like, when did I rap this? He's like, this was in the same studio session, bro. Like,
you was talking that shit.
I was talking that shit and didn't even know. Like, I was just like, man, I didn't like how I rapped on that one. And then hear it back later and like, yo, this is crazy. And then people is playing it, hitting me up about it. It don't got no crazy plays, but it was still like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, like, it just let me know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, so we have a segment of the show we call it a put in work moment. A put in work moment could be a time where you put in a lot of work. You could have done multiple songs at the same time. You could have pumped out a project. Or a put in work moment could be a very big moment in your life where somebody recognized your skill or your talent and you were unknowingly, you know, stepping into your path of being an artist. Maybe you spit a cipher in somebody's basement and everybody was shocked and asked you to do another beat and another beat and another beat. So what was a put in work moment that you had that you can remember?
I know a lot.
But one that's memorable to you.
Honestly, this past show that we did, thank you to Rob, Steph, JJ, the owner of the venue, like, this past, I didn't think we would get 10 people to pull up. I'm going to keep it a whole 100 with you, bro. Like, I had no faith in us at all. Like, I'm probably going to get like 2 people to pull up. He's probably going to get like 2 people to pull up. Only 5 of us in the group. 9 niggas performing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody going to bring one person. and then 50 people showed up. And I was like, whoa. Still not a lot, but in that venue it's a lot. But like, I was like, whoa. That blew my mind. And then my mans, he brought like 12 people with him. Man, my man's Rocket, he brought like 12 people with him. And I was like, whoa, all of them bought tickets. Nobody caused no drama. Like, that situation.
That was a put in work moment.
That was a put in work moment, especially because we all pulled our money together for the DJ and the venue and shit like that. We put all our money together. We really took a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? What was it like? Spent like $400 on the venue, $300 on the DJ. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really make our money back, but we made our money back for the venue because we made like $500, $600. We made the money back for the venue. We didn't cover the DJ, but like now we can go start and take that same money, do another show that we have, and basically have to come out of our pockets way less, and we could just keep doing that and build on from there. So that was the groundwork. Like, that was the first show that we had. That's the groundwork. That's the layer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, from there on, I'm like, damn, we could just go up from here. We could just keep, you know what I'm saying, keep the cycle moving up. You know what I'm saying? That's a put in work for seeing 50 people, performing for that many people. Like, I've done shows here and there before, you know what I'm saying? But it was special because I'm like, I did this with my mans. I did this with my people, so it was special.
What would you tell someone who's looking to get to where you're at and start their career in terms of being confident, in terms of dropping consistently, in terms of knowing how to navigate the studio, recording, writing down your verses, connecting, networking with people, just being an artist and how it's an actual job and not a hobby?
To my mom, like, you be in the studio too much. I'm like, just wait on it. Wait on it. But like, RP take off, wait on it.
That's when you clocking in for real.
Yeah, I'm clocking as soon as I wake up. Writing a song, clocking in. Even if I'm listening to music, I'm clocking in because I'm still putting in. I gotta make something like this or better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do is low key working, but like, you know what I'm saying? First of all, you don't want to be where I'm at. Be where you at.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Be where you at. Don't be where I'm at. You don't want to be where I'm at, bro. I don't get no plays. You don't even want to be where Soulja
Don't
at.
fucking listen to it. Don't deprecate yourself like that.
I'm saying, bro. You don't even want to be where Soulja at. Get 100,000, 300. You don't even want to be there. Be where you at. Realize where you're at, and then make your moves accordingly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the craziest thing. Like, my man's got me on TikTok, making TikToks of my songs, making TikToks of my music, all of that. I don't want to be on TikTok. Bro, make a Thriller. I don't want to be on Thriller. Bro, write a poem and put it on YouTube. I don't want to do that at all. But it's probably going to help. It's probably going to help my
And you
cause.
should do all of that.
And I'm doing all of that. We got my record label. We got our own little TikTok and Thriller. So, like, we moving now. So, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just my job to, like, really push that. Like, even when you make a song, be intentional. Be intentional. That's the craziest thing I could say. Be intentional. Like, when you make a song, you know what I'm saying? I'm not to put pressure on yourself, but be like, yo, can this song change my living situation? Can this song take me out of a situation that I'm in right now? Can this song help me? Like, am I making it for the right reasons? Am I making it for people to listen to, or am I making it because I like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, be intentional. Like, when you step up to somebody and you see somebody doing something great, don't be afraid to hit them up. You know, you don't got to hit them up, send them a long paragraph. Just say, hey, yo, I focus what you're doing, bro. You know, get up with me. You know, basically what I did with Rob. Like, I was scared to hit him up. I'm like, this nigga got plaques and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, you know, be on no crazy shit. So I'm like, you know, just send a quick little text and just, you know what I'm saying, be intentional with it. You know what I'm saying? If they fuck with you, they'll get the drift. You know what I'm saying?
And look where you are, bro. We're happy to have you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here, bro. I'm glad it got rescheduled, though. I was in the hospital yesterday. I wouldn't have been able to make it, but the reschedule just happened and they released me right on time. Like, I still got the bandage on and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just divine timing. That's a song about it.
Most definitely.
That's just how life works.
You should definitely make a song about this moment right here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to come out, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Find people that champion you. That's what Rob told me. Find people that champion you. Shout out Tomo. He showed mad love. I got a beat that I'm still sitting on this Tomo beat, you know, waiting to see what I'm going to do with it. But, like, just find people that champion you. Like, Tomo was, like, one of the first people in the Boston music scene that know people. Was like, yo, shout out One Rack, liking my pictures, commenting on my pictures and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Talking to me, whatever. Shout out people like that. You got to find people that really mess with you and build connections with them. Even if they don't even have, like, connections. Like, still go out your way because that's somebody supporting you. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Free game.
Free game.
So, in 5 years, what does Red do? Like, what is he capable of? What can he do?
5 years, he was talking about this last night in the PlayStation party. He's like, bro, this next year, we going to put in some... He said, we was talking in the PlayStation party. He was like, give it 5 years, we're going to be somewhere, and you're not even going to expect it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right now, you're just putting in the work. You're just clocking in, day out, not thinking about where it's going to get you in the future. But, like, 5 years from now, you might see me with a record label, you know what I'm saying? You already seen me with a record label, Soul Recipe USA, you know what I'm saying? Soul Recipe, shout out Swizz Jackson, all of them. We already got a website for that. We got mad shit for that actually already going. Like,
shout out.
You know what I'm saying? We selling vinyls for like, we gonna be selling vinyls and CDs for like $40. We gonna be selling vinyls for $40 in 5 years, for real. For real, I seen Rock Marciano do that. And his fans, they'll pay because they value what he does. Even if they don't even got a record player, just to have the vinyl in their crib. We're going to be selling CDs. We're going to be selling shirts. We're going to be selling shit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be marketing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You might see me sign to a label in 5 years. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm working on some shit with my moms right now. But, like, you might see me do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I might wear a dress. Now I'm playing. Now I'm playing with you. Yeah. I see me on some other shit, bro. I might be in a completely different way. The music, though, in 5 years, where I'm at now, how I'm going to get better every year, the music in 5 years, I should be signed to a label. God damn it! Like the music in 5 years is gonna be crazy. Like the amount of work I put in now, getting better every day, write a song every day or recite a song, go over an old song that you about to record, like recording every day. Like I do a lot. So you know what I'm saying? In 5 years, you might see me in a completely different situation. And even if I'm not, I made a lot of progress. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm not out the hood in 5 years, I still made a lot of progress. You know what I'm saying? Something's gonna pop eventually. You know what I'm saying? Something got to give.
I'm hearing a lot of passion in your voice, bro, and I believe it. And I hope to see it happen in 5 years. And so, what about the rest of New England? You know, that's my last question for you. What is the state of the New England art, creative, rap, hip hop scene? What can we do, if in your opinion?
Listen, work TV. That's the first step, right? Like pushing that. I'm gonna help niggas push that. We start posting all the interviews, posting everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start posting Rob's inspirational quotes. Them shits be getting me through my day. When I be able to down on myself, I'll be like, look at this story, and I'll be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But like, honestly, there's somebody in New England doing exactly what Rob is doing, and they don't know each other, and that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So building with each other, like, you know what I'm saying? Going out your way to find the next PUTINWORK TV, helping, you know what I'm saying? Collab, you know what I'm saying? Work. Like, I'm big on just working with different people, like working as, like, people think I be tripping. I be doing verses for free. My man selling verses for like $50, $25. I'm like, nah, bro. If it's $50, you might as well just do it for free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just work with as many people as you can. That's the main thing. Like, we need that real camaraderie. Like, New England, if we had the camaraderie that like New York has, or like how people in New York or LA or Atlanta support each other, down south support each other, we'd be in somewhere completely different. Like, people would really have to look at New England. Like, New England has been underrated for so long, bro. Like, something got to give over here. We've been underrated for a minute.
Enough's enough, bro.
Yeah, we had Guru went to it sucks. People think they have to leave to blow up. Like, Cousin Stiz left to LA, like, had to blow up over there. Guru had to leave and go to New York to meet DJ Premier, who came up from Texas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to be like, nah, I was in Dorchester when I blew up. My song hit 2 million and I was in Dorchester. I wasn't doing nothing. I was at my crib. I was in the hood. Like, I need some of that energy. Like, we don't gotta go nowhere. Like, my man Soldier, he be like, bro, we gotta move to Atlanta. We gotta move LA. We gotta move out of here, bro. It's dead over here. Nobody supports each other. I'm like, we support each other. It's just like, we support each other. You just not hip yet. Like, you just like haven't met those people that, you know, really gonna ride out for you. You feel me? Like, we need just more camaraderie. I mean, we already support each other from the small scene that I'm a part of, and I realized, met a couple people in. We do support each other, but it just needs to grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the average person in Boston probably doesn't listen to a Boston rapper, and there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, there is.
Because everybody in New York listen to a New York rapper. At least know one. I mean, everybody in Atlanta listening to their cousin down the street, Jimbo. Everybody listening to Jimbo on the block because Jimbo a rapper. And we going to support Jimbo. And then we be confused why Jimbo blow up and he got all these chains on his neck. Like, nah, his people really supported him. You know what I'm saying? We need it like that. Like, I want to wear my chains in Boston. I want to be able to buy chains and, like, do all the fly shit here. Like, I want to find a jeweler here. Like, I want to be on that type of time and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
black support black, bro.
No bullshit. I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I want to stay here. Like, I love Boston. I love New England. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's my main shit. Respect. Thank you, Red, for coming to PUTINWORK TV. We've enjoyed doing the interview. You feel what I'm saying? I'm glad to meet you, bro. You feel me? I think that the audience got to know you a lot better. They know who Red is. They know what he's about, what he believes in, what's most important to him. And they also got some tips and tricks on how to become a better artist by hearing the things you've experienced and went through. So if there's any last words, if there's any shout out, any girlfriend you got to say hi to, say hi to your mom, your auntie, shout out some people, whatever it is, I want to say thank you for your time and your patience. Yo, shout out One Rack, shout out Soul Recipe, shout out Debbie. That's actually one of the only females that actually supported my music from jump. Shout out her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my mom, shout out my sister, shout out the gang, shout out MOA, you know what I'm saying? Shout out all them niggas, man.